So to set a net zero strategy, I think companies need to be very, very careful, because a lot of the time you see companies signing up for a framework around carbon or a targeted program, but it then turns into something that is a compliance exercise. So it is reporting. It's something that falls down the company, and it's not actually part of its strategy. It doesn't touch all parts of the company. And what are we saying by net zero? It's a bit of a problematic term in a certain way, because the science is quite changeable about it. But in broad sense, if we take it in a genuine look, net zero is about transition and changing your business or your portfolio in the way it operates. So you go from high carbon fuel to renewable energy, or you rule out plastics, or you start thinking about your supply chains. You start thinking about the people who work in your supply chains. So net zero strictly is meant to be greenhouse gases, emissions. But the hesitancy of the whole process is it really only looks at scope 1, which is a business's own, maybe just a headquarters emissions, while it should be looking at scope 3. It should be looking at context materiality. It should be looking at the impact of a company and a portfolio on the earth, because that is what climate is. Climate, biodiversity loss, and pollution of our seas is humans' impact on the world in which we live. So net zero, when you're putting together a strategy, it is important that it sits at the center of the business, important that you don't use it just as a compliance exercise. It's not about carbon, and be aware that as we go through more planetary limits, anything you set today is going to not be good enough tomorrow, and your use of carbon credits is vital. You should be looking at system change first,